Hey everybody, Headless Axeman here with your Week 5 video update. Thanks for checking in. Week 5 means we've passed 1 month of learning guitar, and I have to say that this week for some reason was just a revelation. It was a real big sort of progress week for me and enjoyment week for me, and so I ended up playing a lot more than usual, and things are really going strong. So I know that plateau is coming, and I need to remember the feeling that I have right now of getting some progress in there. Two main reasons for the good feelings of the week. The first is that at my lesson last week, I started working with my teacher a little bit on power chords. And really, if you ask me, I think that should be, if you're a new student, or you're just starting on the guitar, and I think most people do start this early, but really, it's sort of never too early. I mean, they kind of just bring into the realm of possibility so many songs that you know and recognize, and I think that's part of what makes you want to come back and pick up the guitar again and play the next day. And so I've had a lot of fun sort of noodling around with some power chord songs. I'm going to play one for you later, actually. So that's all cool. Number two is that for the first time this week, I actually used playing the guitar as stress relief, which I thought was cool. I had a really stressful day with my job in the middle of the week. I came home. I thought to myself, oh, you need to pick it up and practice today. I kind of just didn't feel like it, actually, and so I picked it up and started playing my scales a little bit and doing some note reading. I just said forget it, wasn't feeling it, and I sort of started just noodling around and improvising a little bit with pentatonic, with the pentatonic scale and some of the notes, starting on the I forget where it was, the 9th fret or something, and I think key of A. And I was looking at my scales, and I was noticing, the Phrygian scale has all the pentatonic notes in it, plus a couple others, some others that aren't in the pentatonic scale. And so I started, experimenting a little, tossing those in there, and kind of just noticing what little runs of notes sounded good to my ear. Part of the thing that's, I think, is sort of important for improv is, or whatever you call it, I don't know, it is the note that you have to end on needs to sound good, and so I was noticing some of the spots that had the notes that sounded good to end the little run of notes, and next thing I knew, I looked up. I had been doing this for an hour. It seemed like 5 minutes, and my mind was just not on my stupid career stuff. I was just feeling good and enjoying actually creating music of a sort. I'm sure it didn't sound great to my wife in the next room over, but it was cool. I mean, I really enjoyed it. So those are two reasons why this was a really great week for the guitar for me, and hopefully we can string together a couple of these weeks, although none of them have been that bad so far. All right, so for my statistic keeping, in the last week I practiced 6 days. Let's see, 6 out of the 7 days. Like I said, a lot of time. I got almost 6 full hours, just 5 minutes under 6 full hours. In 5 weeks, I mean, I'm just under a day. I'm at 23 and a half hours basically in 5 weeks, which is well over 4 hours a week, which I think is a pretty good amount. So I'm happy with the amount of time that I've been able to spend on my practicing, and that's great. Okay, so my song for this week is going to be just a little bit from The Cars. So The Cars are one of the great sort of bands that did a lot. I like them a lot, being a child sort of the 80s and early 80s, whatever, but they used a lot of power chords, and I love some of their tunes. So I'm going to play a little bit of Just What I Needed by The Cars. If you're a beginner working on power chords, it's a really kind of simple power chord tune, easy to remember. You're not going to get sort of mixed up on what you're playing next. Kind of the same 4 chords in a little different order from time to time is great. If you're looking for power chord songs, Nirvana has a bunch, Green Day, actually the Kinks, AC/DC some, so stuff like that. Obviously, like Smoke on the Water is a classic, and Iron Man and stuff like that by Black Sabbath. So there's a bunch to choose from. You'll get something you like. Also, like every punk song, if you're into punk, The Offspring, who I happen to think are terrible, but stuff like that. So, okay, this is the Cars, just what I need. And by the way, I really have sort of taken up holding, even though I'm holding my guitar this way right now, when I'm playing, I'm definitely doing the lefty holding, which I know looks weird. You're really not getting the hands, but whatever, you don't need to. You can see what's going on. It's not too tricky what's happening. Leave a comment on the blog and let me know what you think. Alright, here we go. For your sake, I'm keeping it short and sweet, and you'll love the fact that I'm not singing to this one, so, that's really simple. I mean, I just looked that up on YouTube last night. I'll include a link on the post, but so easy to learn, I think these are the types of things that if you're wanting to sort of start off and learn to play songs that sound like songs, that's a great pick, and a lot of other power chord songs out there are great ways to start. Alright, leave a comment, see you next week, and wish me luck.